Alright, so I recently discovered a pretty cool new way to solo bandos, so I'll start by showing a complete kill using the method, and I'll explain what's going on afterwards. And there you have it. Looks pretty simple, right? Well, there's a lot of stuff going on at once and it's very precise, but for the most part, all it is just running back and forth on a 5-tick rhythm with some prayer flicking in between. So the first thing you want to do is drop 2 items 8 tiles diagonally apart from each other in the exact same squares I have here. You need to have an item to click towards on each square, otherwise the method does not work. If you use Runelight, I would recommend marking the tiles so you know where they are. The item you drop doesn't matter too much, but I like to use manta rays because they have quite a large click box which makes them pretty easy to use. When Gardor spawns, you want to immediately click to attack him, and then watch carefully where the mage minion spawns. You want to click on the northwestern manta ray 2 ticks after the mage minion attacks you. Now, you don't have to do the prayer flicking in between here, but it does help so you don't take as much damage while getting it to work. But if you did it correctly, it should be set up. From here, it should be quite a simple rhythm to work with. You don't actually need to prayer flick all 3 prayers, you might just want to flick only 2 of the 3 minions, since you don't really take much damage at all from just one. But if you can, I would recommend trying to learn how to flick all 3. Sometimes the mage minion might spawn a tile off, in fact it happens about 1 in every 8 kills. If this happens, you might be better off just not flicking him, but if you want, you can fix it by walking under him to delay his attack by 1 tick, then you can go back and try to put Gardor in the correct position again for another try at setting it up. It's a bit of a hassle and you can take a ton of damage, so it's up to you whether or not you think it's worth fixing him in this scenario. If you lose rhythm and make a mistake like I did in this clip, you can go back and try doing the setup again by going back to the tile where you started the kill, or, if Gardor is pretty close to dying, you could just use the old-fashioned way of prayer flicking the minions and taking boss hits until he dies. As far as the gear setup is concerned, I would use something like this. You definitely want to maximize your range accuracy, so don't bring void range here. If you can't afford Armadyl armor, or if you're an Iron Man and don't have it, you can replace it with Blessed D'hide, which also means you don't need to take a Zamorak item in with you, which is nice. But you should be taking as many pieces of Armadyl armor as you can, since it weighs much less than D'hide, saving you a lot of run energy in the long run. I also don't have a Twisted Buckler. I would use one if I had one, or, if you don't have a range shield, a Book of Law is still pretty good since it has an extra 5 prayer attached to it. For the inventory, I've been using this, but you can change the potion ratios depending on how long of a trip you'd like to get. Trips are pretty much restricted by how many stamina potions you bring, since most of the time you use 1 dose a kill, but if you really wanted to go for a humongous trip, you can replace the staminas with purple sweets, which give you basically unlimited run energy and let you stay for seemingly endless kill trips. In any case, you should definitely bring at least a couple brews just in case something goes wrong and you start taking a lot of damage. I also like to take 1 empty inventory space just so I don't have to juggle supplies when getting kill count, but that's me and you can bring something extra if you like. Finally, you should be bringing the runes to cast Bones to Peaches, since you do sometimes still take damage even if you do everything right, and you should also bring runes to cast high level alchemy to alch all the rune drops you might get. One more thing that I guess I forgot to explain is why this Bandos method works the way it does. Well, for starters, when you click on an item on the floor, it causes your character to do a red X action, where you walk up to the item and pick it up. When you do a red X action, it causes your most recent combat target to freeze in place while you are underneath it, so the implication here is that by causing a red X action, Gardor cannot move out of the way while you run through him. Since he also cannot attack diagonally, and can only attack you if you are adjacent to him, it prevents him from hitting you at all. Note that the red X action is cancelled if you drink a potion while you are underneath Gardor, so if you need to drink anything, you must do it after your character exits Gardor's tile occupation. Alright, so I think I covered everything I wanted to say in this video. This has sort of been my first time editing a video, so I'm sure I made some mistakes along the way, but I really look forward to seeing what you guys can do with this Bandos method, and whether or not other Iron Men will utilize this like I have. I don't think this will get patched by Jagex, although I could be wrong. Some people might think it's a bit overpowered, but others could say that you can get more kills an hour soloing with max strength, the scythe, dragon claws, vengeance, bulwark flicking, and all that. But yeah, good luck at Bandos to those of you that choose to do this, and thanks for watching my video.